The following is a reenactment of a classified event.
Mike Cho is an average college student. He goes to class every day. He has a part-time job. He's the lead tenor in the choir, and he still manages to pull off straight A's.
But after one bad decision, all of this changed.
After missing his favorite TV show one night, Mike turned to the internet where he knew he would find it. Soon, Mike was illegally downloading all of his shows, and even some movies.
Soon, his friends knew he was the go-to guy for all things entertainment.
When he heard about the new X-Men Origins Wolverine movie, he knew he had to have it before it hit the theaters.
What impatient Mike didn't know was that he was getting more than he asked for.
Yeah, we can definitely get out sometime too.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, give me a call.
All right, later. Hi, can I help you?
FBI.
What seems to be the problem?
Are you Michael Cho?
Yes.
Can I have a word with you, please?
Sure, come inside.
Welcome to LCTV. I'm Katie Feeney.
And I'm Julianna Cohen.
While Mike Cho's story may seem unbelievable, it's one that's becoming more and more familiar. The illegal downloading and sharing of copyrighted material over the internet, also known as piracy, is worse than ever before.
Even after the demise of Napster and failed attempts of the music industry to prosecute individuals who obtained illegal copies of music online, piracy is still running rampant. Other services such as Kazaa and BitTorrent took Napster's place to continue to provide free pirated music to consumers.
In order to try and combat the growing piracy issue, the 1976 Copyright Act was amended in 1997 to allow prosecution of people who obtained copyrighted material illegally, even if they experienced no financial gain because of it. By removing the phrase, "for purposes of commercial advantage or private financial gain," the law now defines criminal infringement as any person who infringes a copyright willingly. This allows for many more individuals to be prosecuted and means that many more people are committing illegal crimes simply by searching for their favorite music and TV shows online.
The United States' case is not helped by the fact that in many countries, including Canada and some parts of Europe, downloading files is not illegal, provided that the songs are not sold. Many of the sites that U.S. citizens access to obtain illegal material are based in countries such as Russia and China, which have much laxer laws against copyright infringement. This makes it even easier for people like Mike to access the content that they are looking for.
Hello, Mike. How are you today?
I'm good, yourself?
Good, thank you. I'm just going to ask you a few questions, if that's all right with you.
Sure.
Okay. So why did you do it? Why did you download the movie? Why did you download it?
Oh, I did it as a favor to a friend. I mean, if once you know how to do it, it's not really that hard. And I don't know. I just want to see what it looked like before it came out.
How do you acquire programs such as BitTorrent?
Okay, let's say that there are multiple people. Let's say there's like me, you, and then Joe. And if Joe wants a file, he can maybe get the file off of me, and you can both download the files off of me like at like a normal-ish rate, right? And that takes up, and my bandwidth is being used up sort of not very efficiently. The way BitTorrent works is that BitTorrent will take a file and break it up into say 3 parts, A, B, and C, and you will get A from me, and Joe will get B from me, and then after that you will start getting C from me, and Joe will start getting A from me. And the idea is that Joe's client can contact you to get all the pieces, to get certain pieces from you, and it will contact me to get pieces that you don't have. And that's much more efficient. Instead of just me giving you a file that you then give to Joe, or me giving you a file at a certain speed while simultaneously giving Joe that file at a certain speed. So BitTorrent is just, it's more efficient. It's just a faster way to distribute information. It's as if you could, it's as if I were just in the library making photocopies of a book, and I photocopied all the odd pages and gave them to you, and I photocopied all the even pages and gave them to Joe. And then after a certain amount of time, I can go away. I can go home for the evening, and you and Joe can trade pages until both of you had full copies of the book.
Do you think that your story will discourage others from downloading pirated music and movies, or not?
No.
No, why not?
It won't, because they don't think it can happen to them. In the same way that I thought that it couldn't happen to me. Frankly, the sheer amount of piracy that goes on is enormous, astronomical, compared to the number of people that are actually caught.
What is the future of piracy on the internet?
People maybe appreciate sort of the cost that goes into these things, or if they're willing to buy into it again, if the record companies can sell people on the fact that, music costs a lot of money to produce, and like an X amount of this goes to the artist, then maybe. But we need a societal change more than we need policy necessarily. There are a lot of forces at work, so if it's up to the people pirating, they're just going to keep on doing it, and they're going to try to find new means to do it until somehow they're stopped. And I don't think they can be stopped, really. It's a lot easier for them to elude authorities than it is for the authorities to find them and capture them. So I think that piracy is probably going to continue for a while until we revamp the entire internet, which is probably ridiculous, or we find a way to change society.
To hear more on the legal aspects of Internet piracy, LCTV interviewed Dr. Joel Reidenberg, professor of law at Fordham University and specialist in intellectual property and Internet law.
Well, you can't go after all of the individuals who download. There are too many.
Right.
You just can't. But still going after some fosters the educational value of trying to educate a generation that file sharing is wrong, or file sharing without permission of the copyright owner is wrong. So for that purpose, they're still going to go after some. We see them going after, still trying to find the intermediaries. So to the extent that there are going to be Groksters and Napsters out there, I would expect to see the industry associations representing copyright owners going after those intermediaries.
So is there no really even thought about an international agreement at this point?
Well, there's been a lot of discussion. There are international agreements. There is a World Intellectual Property through the WIPO and the World Trade Agreements. There are rules, international rules on intellectual property, and those international rules are dealing with digital copyright.
Oh, okay.
The DMCA is actually part of that regime. It doesn't mean it's adequate to deal with it right now, but there is an effort at the international scale.
Despite the prevalence of internet piracy, it seems that there is no clear path to a solution yet.
While an international law would conceivably solve the problem, according to Dr. Reidenberg, this is not a feasible endeavor.
Will there be more and more Mike Cho's in the near future?
Only time will tell.